Hi everyone, how are you? I hope all of you are doing really good. So welcome to another session of strategic management, and in this video we are going to discuss the scenario based questions of our chapter number 4, that is strategic choice. Very easy chapter and very easy questions, right? So if you are new to the channel, you know what you have to do. You have to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon and share with all your friends so that they can also make use of all the videos which are available on strategic management, cost accounting, financial management. And do not forget to check out one of the best courses you have available on our mobile app and on our website www.ksjteaching.org. Okay, so with this, the fourth chapter, strategic choice, you will get a fair bit of an idea that how to answer the questions, right? We have done chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Now, chapter 5 questions, I think 9-10 questions are there in chapter 5. That I will leave to you guys. Revise the whole chapter. Then go through the scenario based question. Okay, question 1 says this, question 2 says this. You will try on your own. After 4 chapters you have an idea now how to write it, how to identify it. I have told in every video that how you will identify. First, go through the question. In that question, first identify that which topic that relates to. You have to explain that particular topic in short, as well as you have to relate it to the scenario. Okay, how this is going to be related to that particular scenario. This is how you have to answer. So for chapter 5, that is strategic implementation and evaluation, I'm leaving the questions to you people. In case you get stuck anywhere, then please write it in the comment section, or you can write an email to ksjteaching@gmail.com. I'll definitely help you out with that, right? So chapter 5, I'm leaving it to you guys. Chapter 4, I'll be doing it in this video. Let's get started without wasting any further time. Question number 1. The CEO of the textile mill believes that his company, currently operating at a loss, can be turned around. Develop an action plan outlining the steps the CEO that can take to achieve this turn around. So this question is related to which topic, sir? Very clearly, this question is related to our turnaround strategy. This is related to turnaround strategies. Turnaround strategy, that how you can try to make a loss-making company, you can turn it around and try to normalize it. What are the various steps which are involved in that? We have already done. You must have already done during the lectures. Stage 1, assessment of the current problem. What is the current problem? Then analyze the situation and develop a strategic plan that how you can come out of it. Then if the business is in the critical stage, that is in the huge loss making stage, implementing an emergency action plan, then you will prepare an emergency action plan. Okay, this is the first step immediately that we have to take it. Cost cutting, it may be cost cutting, it may be selling some some part of the machinery or something, anything, right? If you are going into the negative cash flows, how you can immediately need some cash flow. Then restructuring the business. Restructuring the business means the whole hierarchy you might restructure, right? Managers, employees, everything. Then returning to the normal. So these are the 5 stages you will write whenever there is a question on the turnaround strategy. These are the steps to be implemented. Assessment of the current problem, then analyze the situation and make a strategic plan, then implementing the emergency action plan, then restructuring the business, and then returning to the normal, right? So this is regarding the turnaround strategy. That's it. Question 1 done. Let's come to question 2. StarTech Solutions, an aerospace technology firm, operates in a highly competitive industry. Despite the fierce competition in the aerospace sector, the StarTechs have carved out a niche for itself by focusing on serving unique, high-end clients. Unlike its competitors, the StarTech has chosen not to diversify its target market and instead specializes in providing the cutting edge solution to its niche market. So they are focusing on a particular segment. Identify and explain the strategy adopted by StarTech Solutions and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this particular strategy. So basically what they are doing is they are providing something different from their competitors and they are targeting a particular niche market, right? So one of the strategies that they are doing is that is focused differentiation, that we have studied in the previous chapter also. And along with that, one line which holds importance here is that StarTech has chosen not to diversify but to provide the best of the products in the existing market itself. So with regard to this chapter, what another strategy that you can tell here, along with focused differentiation that is there, one thing more that you will write here is intensification. Intensification. You have studied about the strategic growth, right? In the strategic growth, we studied about intensification and diversification. So intensification is what? The intensification is in the existing market only. You are coming up with the better product, you are coming with the new product, or you are providing the new products. So that is what you have to write here. If you look at the ICI answer, they have mentioned only about focused differentiation and they have given the advantages and disadvantages. That is absolutely fine, right? That this company is going forward, this company is going for a focused differentiation, targeting a specific segment of the market with the unique products and services that are perceived as valuable by customers. But in this, you will write about the intensification also. Just give a small part of intensification also, that is really important. Then they have given the advantages. That what is the advantages? That strong customer loyalty, high profit margin, because you are providing something different and you are focusing on a particular market. Reduced competition, better resource allocation. Disadvantages, limited market, the taste might change over a period of time, higher cost is there, market changes, imitation by the competitors. So these are the advantages and disadvantages, right? I hope this is clear to you that with the focused differentiation, you have to write about the intensification also. Coming to the next one, that is third one. XYZ Corporation is a multinational conglomerate operating in the various industries. They have a diverse portfolio of businesses, including a leading consumer electronics division, a growing e-commerce platform, a mature industrial machinery division, and a newly established software development unit. Which division of XYZ Corporation would most likely be classified as a star in the BCG growth share matrix? So in the BCG matrix, what we have is, we have four categories: stars, cash cows, question marks, and dogs. And these categorization is done depending upon the two factors, that is the market share and the market growth, right? So two factors are considered here. If you check here, the two factors are there, that is market share and another factor is market growth. So star is what? The star is the one having the maximum share with the maximum growth. So out of the four divisions, that is consumer electronics, e-commerce platform, a mature industrial machinery division, and a newly established. Now in this, try to understand one thing. Industrial machinery division will not be a case, right? Industrial machinery division will not be there because it is already at the mature stage. There is no growth opportunity. In case of the e-commerce platform, it is still growing e-commerce platform. So having the major market share will be difficult because there are the better players, there are the bigger players which are available in the e-commerce platform. So this is again not an option. Now the two options are consumer electronics division and the software development. Now if we talk about the newly established software development unit, this could be considered as a star. The reason being, why they entered into this? They entered into this because they are expecting, because it is a growing area, right? The software development is a growing area, and if they are able to provide the services, they can capture the major part of the share. In the electronics division also, there are many big players who are present. Okay, they are leading consumer electronics division, that's fine, but still there are many players and capturing the major share will be difficult. But in the software development, you can do something different than the others and capture the major part of the share. Now after GST, if you have realized one thing, that even a small shopkeeper requires a software, so this is definitely a growing area, right? This is a high growth market, and in that high growth market, they can capture the major part of the share if they provide good services. So that is why this newly established software development unit, it has been considered as a star, right? So now if you will read it from the institute material, that is what they have given here, right? First, they have given that in BCG matrix, there are 4 categories, that is star, cash cow, question marks, and the dogs. Then a star in the what is a star in the BCG matrix? They have explained that, right? First, short about the BCG matrix. What is a BCG matrix? Then they are explaining about what is a star, what is a star, and plus which unit comes under star, which unit is a star, and why, right? So this is what they are explaining in the next 2 paragraphs, right? In this scenario, the newly established software development unit would be classified as a star, newly established, suggesting that it is operating in a high growth market. That is why they have entered into it, because the growth opportunities are there. And additionally, the potential for the high market share, can be inferred if the unit is strategically positioned to become a leader in the software development industry. If they can provide something different in the software development, then definitely they can capture a major part of the share, right? Okay, so this was about the third question. Let's come to the fourth one. Pizza Galleria was India's first pizza delivery chain, enjoying monopoly for several years. However, after the entry of Modino and Uncle Jack, it is struggling to compete. Both Modino and Uncle Jack have opened several eateries and priced the product aggressively. In the last 4 years, the chain has suffered the significant losses. The chain wishes to know what they should go for a turnaround strategy. List out the components of the action plan for turnaround strategy. So very much clear. What you have to explain here is you have to explain only and only the turnaround strategy in this case, right? You have to explain what? You have to explain the turnaround strategy. Again, like question number 1, you have to explain all the steps in the turnaround strategy. That's it, right? So I hope you will be able to do it now. Let's come to the next one, question number 5. Gautam and Siddhartha, 2 brothers, are the owners of the cloth manufacturing unit located in Faridabad. They are doing well and have substantial surplus funds available within the business. They have different approaches regarding the corporate strategies to be followed to be more competitive and profitable in future. Gautam is interested in acquiring another industrial unit located in Faridabad, manufacturing the stationery items such as markers, notebooks, pencil and pencil sharpeners, envelopes and other office supplies. So Gautam is interested in acquiring that unit. On the other hand, Siddhartha desires to start another unit to produce ready-made garments. Okay. Discuss the nature of strategic choices being suggested by the 2 brothers with reference to the payoffs and the risk involved. Now, if you look at Gautam, he wants to acquire a business which is in no way related to the existing business, right? They want to go for diversification. One thing is fine, right? They want to enter the new markets, acquire the new players. They are going for the diversification. Now Gautam wants to acquire, currently they are what? They are the cloth manufacturing units, and Gautam wants to enter or acquire a unit which is absolutely different from it, right? They are into the stationery item. So what is the strategy that he is following, sir? This Gautam is following a strategy of conglomerate diversification. Conglomerate diversification, right? Then you will explain the conglomerate diversification. Then what is a conglomerate diversification? Where the acquisition of the business which is not related to the existing business is being done, right? So he wants to enter into the business which is into stationery items such as permanent markers. All these lines you will pick up and write it in the answer, right? Now, if you look at Siddhartha, They are into cloth manufacturing business. Now he wants to enter the ready-made garment business. So what kind of strategy that he is going to follow? Sir, he is going for vertical. He is going for the vertical diversification. And in the vertical diversification, he is going for forward integration. He is going for forward integration, that whatever the cloth that they manufacture, using that cloth as a raw material, they will manufacture the ready-made garment. Right? So it is a vertical on this line only. On this line only they are going. Here the cloth will be manufactured. Using that cloth, the garment will be manufactured. So they are going for the vertical diversification and the forward integration, that using that cloth as a raw material, you will make the garment. Clear? So these are the two approaches, and then you will explain what is, first you will write that Gautam is following the conglomerate diversification, as the Gautam is interested in acquiring another industrial unit. Same lines you will write it in the answer, then you will explain what is a conglomerate diversification, right? And Siddhartha is going for vertical diversification with forward integration, that the cloth which they are existingly manufacturing, that will be used as a raw material for the manufacturing of the garment. Clear? So these are the two strategies that you have to explain in this. So this is question number 5. Let's come to question number 6. XYZ company is facing the continuous losses. There is a decline in the sales and product market share. The products of the company become uncompetitive and there is a persistent negative cash flow. The physical facilities are deteriorating and the employees have the low morale. At the board meeting, the board members decided that they should continue the organization and adopt such measures such that the company functions properly. The board has decided to hire the young executive Shyamali for improving the functions of the organization. What corporate strategy should Shyamali adopt for this company, and what steps need to be taken to implement the strategic choice? Now, see the key words here. The key words here are the company is into losses, right? Declining sales and the product market share, uncompetitive, negative cash flows, physical facilities are deteriorating, employees have low morale. All these are what? All these represent that their product is on the declining stage of the PLC. Right? It is at the declining stage. These keywords that I have highlighted here, these represent the declining stage of the market, of the product of the company in the PLC. Now, another keyword that is important here is, listen to it very carefully. They say decided that they should continue the organization. They should continue the organization and adopt such measures such that the company functions properly. Now, they want to go for which strategy now? Which strategy this expert Shyamali can go for? They want to continue the business. She will go for which strategy? Think about it. She will go for the turnaround strategy, because this strategy is what? The turnaround strategy is the only one which says that if the company is into losses and everything, but they want to continue the business and bring it back to the normal, and what are the steps needed. So you will explain the turnaround strategy. You will say that the company is into losses, the company is, because of these parameters, the company is in the declining stage of the PLC, right? This is what you will mention. Then this young executive Shyamali, she'll go for the turnaround strategy and try to bring the loss making unit into a normal unit, into a profit making unit. Then you will explain the steps for the turnaround strategy. Clear? So that is why I highlighted the key words in the question. This is how you should be approaching the question in case of strategic management. Highlight the keywords that, okay, these are the keywords. From there, try to identify what you can write and which strategy is there. So we are done with question number 6 also. Let's come to question number 7. Organo is a large supermarket chain. It is considering the purchase of a number of farms that provides organo with a significant amount of its fresh produce. They want to purchase number of farms that provide organo. They are a supermarket chain. Now they want to acquire the farms which provide them with the product. Organo feels that by purchasing the farms, it will have the greater control over its supply chain. Identify and explain the type of diversification opted by the organo. It is a vertical diversification, right? And it is a backward vertical integration. See here, it is a backward integration. It is what? A backward integration. Because what was earlier happening is there are farms. Here you have the farms. These farms are providing the organo to this supermarket chain. Right now, this supermarket chain says we will acquire these farms which are providing us with the material. So they are going for the backward integration, backward vertical integration. You can mention here. You can mention here the backward vertical integration. And purchase a number of farms. It will have greater control over the supply chain is a step. Then you will explain what is a backward integration. That's it. Clear? So they are going for the backward integration. Let's come to the 8th one. With the global economic recession, the Soft Cloth Limited incurred the significant losses in all the previous 5 financial years. Currently, they are into manufacturing of cloth made of cotton, silk, polyester, rayon, lycra and blends. Competition is also intense on account of cheap imports. The company is facing the cash crunch and has not been able to pay the salaries to its employees in the current month. Suggest a grand strategy that can be opted by the soft cloth company. Strategy. What are the strategies that they can employ? See, there are two things that they can go for. One is they can go for the turnaround strategy, right? Or they can go for the divestment strategy. Basically, they will have to go for retrenchment, right? Divestment means they might close down a few areas of the business from where there is no cash being generated. So either turnaround or divestment, and after that also, if it doesn't work out, then they will have to go for finally the liquidation, the end, right? Reduce the scope of its activity. See here, what they are saying is the company needs to work on retrenchment or the turnaround strategy. The company may consider, see here, what they are telling is it adopts the turnaround strategy. If it doesn't work, then they might think of divestment strategy. That is, they can pull out the money from a few areas, and even if it doesn't work, if nothing works, then finally they will have to go for the liquidation strategy. They will have to close down the business, they will have to liquidate, they have to sell and close down everything, right? So this is what you have to mention here. In this particular question, you have to mention all the 3 strategies, because this question is not related to any specific strategy, turnaround, or the company will first try for the turnaround strategy, right? First, you will explain that the company is into losses, the company is facing the cash crunch, the company is facing the competition, negative cash flows are there. So company can try for the turnaround strategy. If turnaround strategy doesn't work out, go for divestment. Divestment means they can pull out or sell some part of the business, right? Not the entire business. If that also doesn't work, then finally the company is left with the option for liquidation. Clear? So we are done with question number 8. Let's come to question 9. X Private Limited had recently ventured into the business of co-working spaces when the global pandemic struck. This has resulted in the business line becoming the unprofitable and unviable. This is the co-working spaces, and a failure of the existing strategy. Sir, what is a co-working space? Let's say I'm having a huge building, 2-3 floors. In one floor only I'm making the, let's say, 10 cabins. I'll give one cabin to you, one cabin to your friend, another cabin to another company, another cabin to another company. Okay, take this cabin on rent. I'll charge you rent. We'll provide you all the facilities. We'll provide you table, chair, internet. These are known as the co-working spaces. In one space, many people, many different companies can work. Okay. However, so they started with this new thing, co-working spaces, because but immediately after that, the pandemic hit, the COVID-19. So nobody was going for the office. So this business went into the losses. However, the other businesses of X Private Limited are relatively less affected by the pandemic as compared to the recent co-working spaces. Suggest a strategy with reasons to justify your answer. Very simple strategy, sir. Don't go for turnaround. Simply go for divestment. Pull out the money from this co-working spaces. That's it. One and one only. That is divestment strategy. That is the best strategy, and explain what is a divestment strategy. That's it. Right? Divestment strategy, that pull out your investment from this particular business, close down this business, and just focus on the other business which is there. Clear? So you will explain the divestment strategy in this case. Fine, sir. Let's come to the last question. Aerospace Limited is a company engaged in designing, manufacturing, and the marketing of the mechanical instruments like the speed meters, oil pressure gauges, and so on. Their products are fitted into 2 and 4-wheelers. During the last couple of years, the company has been observing a fall in the market share. This is on account of shift to the new range of electronic instruments. The customers are switching away the mechanical instruments that have been the backbone of Aerospace Limited. As the CEO of the Aerospace Limited, what can be the strategic options available with you? Either you enter into the market where you are manufacturing the new range, upgrade yourself, divest the old products, right? This is what you can, or you can acquire another unit if you have the cash available with you. So there are the few things that is mentioned. Invest in the new product development and switch over to the new technology, right? Acquire or take over a competitor. If you have the financial resources, you can go for the acquisition or the takeover of the competitor. You can also consider the unrelated growth and intensify the other areas for expansion. You can look for the other areas how you can expand your business. That is one thing that you can look at. In the longer run, they should divest the existing products. They should discontinue the existing products because the mechanical things will be replaced with the latest technology. So these are the few things that they have to look at. And eventually what they are writing is, it is evident it is the declining stage because they are into losses, market share is falling, the PLC, right? They are in the declining stage of the PLC because now they have the old technology, the outdated technology. The new technology is, taking over from the mechanical to the automatic, to the new range of electronic instruments. So that's it for chapter number 4, that is strategic choice. And I have said in the beginning of this chapter that chapter number 5, strategic implementation and evaluation, the questions I'm leaving it to you guys. Now you have to apply your brains, revise the chapter. In the first 4 chapters, I've given you the base that how to analyze the question, how to identify that which topic it relates to, then how to put it forward. Right? So this is how you have to do it. Chapter number 5, I'm leaving it to you guys. In case you find any difficulty, feel free to write at ksjteaching@gmail.com. I'll definitely be there to help you guys. Right? And do not forget to share with all your friends. See you guys in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep sharing. Thank you so much.